Hey everyone, real quick before we hop into the video, since the DLC is going to be coming out tomorrow, if you need some cheap shark cards, check G2A's website, link in the description. They have a bunch of great deals on shark cards, games, whatever you need. I use them all the time to get my shark cards. I'll normally buy shark cards for like $10, and it's the $20 one, so they have amazing deals. If you are interested, just, check the link in the description. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Saintsfan back again, and today I want to talk about the nice little surprise that we got regarding tomorrow's DLC from Yan. I know you guys have had a lot of questions about this next DLC, what it's going to include, besides the stunt races, what's going to be coming with it, and I guess besides the Pro Gen GP1, which they mentioned, and Yan actually gave us quite a bit of information about it. And as we all know, he's kind of hooked into someone over there at Rockstar, so he knows some stuff that, maybe he shouldn't know, or maybe that they don't want him to know. But either way, he did share it over on the GTA forums, and this is what he said. Hello, it's DLC Eve, so I've got a gift, some info. Here's what I know. Only one car will be released tomorrow, the Pro Gen GP1, as we already know, but 3 other cars will be in the files, ready to be unlocked later, probably at a pace of 1 per week again. The other cars are the Turismo Classic, the Infernus Classic, and I'm probably going to botch his name, the Hijack Rustin. The 2 classics that Rockstar already tested are obviously 2 old-style supercars. The Rustin, however, is a complete surprise, and I have no idea what type of car it is. Hijack only has one other car in the game, and it's the Chameleon, a hybrid electric car based on a Fisker. I also have some prices, but those could not be 100% accurate, so keep that in mind. The Pro Gen GP1, he says, will be around 1.25 million. The Turismo Classic, around 700,000. The Infernus Classic, around 900,000. And the Rustin, around 400,000. Now, he does say, as always, with rumors, leaks, all that stuff, take it with a grain of salt. But obviously, his source over at Rockstar did give this to him, and he's sharing it a few hours, a couple 12 or so, 24 hours, I guess, before the DLC does come out. Now, what's interesting, and I actually have some pictures to show you guys of these 3 cars. We already know what the Pro Gen GP1 looks like, and it's actually kind of shocking that if these prices are correct, it's only going to be $1.25 million. The one thing I'm kind of questioning, if these prices are legit and they are this inexpensive, I wonder how they're going to perform, because there's no way. I mean, I would love it, don't get me wrong, but just going through Rockstar's track record and everything they've done in the past, I don't see how they allow a car that's only $1.25 million, beat out a car that is 2.5 or 2.7 million, in the X80 or something. So it's going to be interesting to see in that regards. But 1.25 million, that's a great price for the Pro Gen GP1. The other 3, we have the Turismo Classic at 700,000, which is an absolute steal for this car. And then the Infernus at 900,000, which is another really great price, especially if they do handle themselves, competitively. The one that's going to be super interesting is the Rustin. We don't know what class this is in. I would imagine if it's 400,000, it would be in the sports class. But as you'll see in the picture, it's still one of the strangest cars I think I've seen. It's one of the strangest cars they definitely put in GTA Online. But this does somewhat confirm, not obviously officially, but with this DLC, it looks like they aren't going to be releasing more than 4 cars, which is kind of disappointing. If they do release one, per week, that makes the most sense, because they've done that, numerous times in the past. But I was really hoping for more. I hope that maybe this is like a test DLC for the classic cars or classic items to see how people react to them, instead of working, on a bunch of cars and not having people care. So maybe they're just doing these 2, the Turismo and the Infernus, to see what the reactions are, and then later down the line they'll release more, because there are so many, I mean, and even if they wanted to get away from cars, they can go retro weapons, the chainsaw, you got the katana. There's a lot of ideas with retro or with older GTA games, but kind of is unfortunate that this DLC that's only going to be including the stunt races for the special vehicles is only going to have 4 cars. Now, I will say I will have a bunch of, well, I'm not going to have a bunch of videos, but I'll have a video up tomorrow once we get into the game files to show what these cars look like in a higher quality picture, and to show maybe some customization and how they look in game. As for the pictures, though, if you're curious, we already know what the GP1 looks like I've mentioned, but here we have the beautiful Turismo Classic. Look at this thing, man. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Now, sorry for the quality. These are from Yan as well, and they're really low quality pictures, but that car looks incredible. If you're wondering, it's actually based off of the F40, so it's not going to be the GTA 4 Turismo like I kind of was hoping for. It is going to be an actual classic Ferrari, so that's still great. You know, I just, maybe one day we'll get the GTA 4 Turismo just because I love that car so much. But yeah, the F40 here, if you're wanting like a higher resolution picture, this is what it looks like, even in GTA, because this is a mod, but I'm sure there'll be some tweaks. One thing that's actually, and we don't really know this because the picture, like I said, is kind of low quality. If you look at the headlights, I'm wondering if those headlights are actually going to pop up, kind of like how they do on the Tropos Rally. It sort of looks like it. So that'll be another really cool and interesting addition to that car. Next up, we have the Infernus Classic. And this one, while I absolutely love that design, it's kind of unfortunate that they did something on this car. Look at the front bumper. Now, to most people, you probably won't notice this, but the front bumper... Oh, actually, before we get into the front bumper, this car right here is based off of the Lamborghini Diablo, which is one of the old school Lamborghini cars. But check out what this picture, you can see, this is from real life. This is what the Lamborghini Diablo looks like. The front doesn't look anything really like it. You know, the rest of the car does, and that's awesome because the Diablo looks amazing. But the front bumper's a little bit different. And while that might not be a bad thing to most people, what it actually is based off of is the Testarossa, which is the Cheetah Classic. I mean, look at the front of the Cheetah Classic here, of the Testarossa, and then look at the one from the, from the leak. It's basically the same front. So, unfortunately, it looks like what Rockstar did was take the Testarossa and the Diablo and then combine them into one car. And the reason I think that's a bad thing is because so many people, myself included, wanted the Cheetah Classic just as its own car, not some amalgamation of another car. Like, it looks awesome. I'm still going to buy it. Like I said, for the price tag, I'm excited for these classic cars. They're definitely something completely different than all the, regular super-end supercars, but I was really hoping we get the Cheetah Classic, and if they sort of made it already as a combination, I don't know if we will in the future. Maybe they will give it to us, but it's kind of looking less unlikely. But that is the Infernus Classic. And then we have the Rustin. This is the one, look at this car, man. I don't know... Well, I do know what it's based off of. It's based off of the VUHL 05. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. It's a Mexican supercar, but it looks super weird. Like, there's no roof to it. There's almost no windshield, but it does sort of look like a sports car. I definitely could see it fitting in the sports category. Maybe it'll actually be competitive with the Massacro, and since that company who makes this one in GTA also makes the Chameleon, which is an electric car, maybe this one has some electric qualities in it as well, so the acceleration is super good, but maybe the top speed lacks, because that's kind of how electric cars work in real life. The acceleration is incredible compared to regular cars, but we will have to wait and see. Like I said, once we get this all in the DLC tomorrow, we'll put it into single player, driving around, test it out, see how everything works, and I'm definitely excited. While I do think, and I wish we would have gotten more than just these 4 cars, these 4 cars definitely are must-buys for me, especially at those prices. Those prices are insanely good, but that is it with the video. Thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this little leak, this little surprise about the DLC. I know it's not a big DLC, but I don't think it was ever really meant to be a big DLC. It was just a DLC to sort of hold us off until the gun running update, which might even be sooner than people thought, since there's not as many classic cars to spread out between the release of this special car vehicle DLC and then the gun running one. But we will have to wait and see ultimately. If there are any other leaks or news or anything, I will let you guys know. I will be live streaming early on tomorrow. I know there's only going to be 1 car, but I think it'll be a lot of fun to test it out, test out the new stunt races and all that stuff. So if you guys want to join, just, follow me on Twitter, or make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, because like I said, I'll be up at 4 or 5 in the morning whenever the DLCs normally drop. So hopefully I see you guys there, but that is it. Again, thank you all. Please drop a like, subscribe, all that stuff. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.